Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Whoa.
Fuck it. Oh, kicking off with a swear, are we?
We'll do it live.
Language.
Is that how we're doing it today?
What if a child is going through the podcast options available to them on the front page of podcast.com, because that's where we're being suggested right now, I'm sure. And they've just tried the most recent episode of this thing called Podiots, and right at the start someone said the word fuck.
Well, they should learn how to flipping read, because it says explicit on it, on the box. It does say explicit, and if a child wanders into our enclosure, it's not our fault if we're going to drag them around by their ankles screaming, you know?
Yeah, rest in peace, Arambe.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I'm just looking at episode titles at the minute. I think they're looking pretty appealing to children. You got Horse Dance, who doesn't love that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Pooba, poo puns.
Pooba.
Yeah, children love that. A quick dab. All the kids love dabs. I think we are definitely to blame if children are watching this, because we're just so damn enticing.
It's a new
I know
market.
we usually come up with a title after the fact. Usually whoever's editing comes up with a title that they pick out of the episode at some point. What if we put on our marketing to children hats right now and brainstorm the perfect podcast title that will appeal to all of the children?
How to get free Fortnite V-Bucks.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy with that, to be honest. If you can fit that on the thumbnail, then I'm happy with free Fortnite V-Bucks.
Are we committing to that as the episode title?
How to get free Fortnite V-Bucks.
It's just an experiment in how we can clickbait people into watching our podcast.
Yeah,
the V stands for Vidiots, of course.
Yeah, exactly. Vidiots bucks. Oh,
Vidiots bucks.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's
Vidiots bucks.
2 weekly Vidiots bucks, right? Not the game Fortnite.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm happy with that. Are you making a note, Mikey? Because it's your turn.
Yeah, I'll just open my notepad. How to get free Fortnite V-Bucks.
V-Bucks, yeah, that's it. Perfect. Okay, well, I think we did that. Nailed that.
Well, what we should do now is run the intro and then talk for about an hour or so about how to get free Fortnite V-Bucks, everyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you reckon if we keep saying free Fortnite V-Bucks, it'll be picked up in some sort of algorithm?
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah.
It was like the YouTube auto caption thing. Everyone was. I don't know if it was actually a thing, but everyone thought that YouTube could actually listen to the words in the videos and it would use those words to decide whether or not it was advertiser friendly.
Oh, it does.
Yeah,
it does. It actually does.
It does.
It does actually do that, and it will even listen out for a 1000 hertz tone, which is the tone that you usually use typically to bleep swear words. You know, the classic one.
Oh, you've done it, Peter. Now we're going to get
that was a perfect imitation.
God.
It will listen for that exact.
1000 hertz tone. I think you mean free Fortnite V-Bucks, Peter.
Sorry, that's what I meant. Yeah, it will listen for that, which is what you typically use to censor swear words. The words free Fortnite V-Bucks.
Oh man, I can't wait to get my free Fortnite V-Bucks, guys.
Free Fortnite V-Bucks for you Fortnite and me.
V-Bucks.
They're absolutely free.
Fortnite V-Bucks.
Free Fortnite V-Bucks.
Free Fortnite V-Bucks.
Now let's roll the free Fortnite V-Bucks.
Free Fortnite V-Bucks. Free Fortnite V-Bucks. Free Fortnite V-Bucks.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Podiots, the official Vidiots podcast. It's a conversational podcast where we take some questions from you at home and obey the law of the 3 R's, where everybody brings a thing along to talk about. I'm free Fortnite V-Bucks.
I'm free Fortnite V-Bucks.
And I'm free Fortnite V-Bucks.
How are we all freeling today, guys? V-Bucks.
Oh, I'm feeling very good.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good too.
Oh, what the buck? Am I right?
Okay, I think we can stop now, right?
Yeah, we probably should.
We've filled the quota there. How are we all?
Great.
A bit warm, but fine.
I'm a bit warm too.
Is it warm?
It's bloody boiling. I think it's mainly the positioning of my window. It means that every morning when I log on to do some work, I'm just blinded by sun for the first 3 hours of the day. It ensures every day starts off the right way.
It's
sweaty.
It's not warm weather here, but I'm all wrapped up in my felt fort as I have to.
What is your felt fort? You talked about this before the podcast.
It's just because the new room that I'm using as an office has very high ceilings and very hard floors, and it's very echoey. So I've got a little canopy above me of blankets, which is it's like being in a little den, and then I've sort of cascaded one down the back, which is It's nice, but it's toasty in here. It probably isn't even making that much of a difference because they're only like blankets, they're not duvets. So
I should get some egg cartons. Just get 200 egg cartons and plaster your walls in them.
Yeah, I should.
There you go. That'd
Let's
look
get
good.
you a load of eggs.
Yeah. That's what the money's going for from this episode. Buy Peter some eggs.
Yeah.
Hey, what was that? Did you say money?
What? But how do we make money from this free podcast, Ben?
Well, that's a very good question. And I'll tell you the answer right now. And that's by our fantastic, wonderful, beautiful, handsome, attractive, funny, charismatic listeners. Supporting us via joining Pod Squad. Of course, you don't have to support us financially. You can just spread the word. We appreciate that very much. However, if you would like a shout out at the start and the end of each and every episode of Podiots, or I should say, sorry, just the one that you donate to, you can go to streamlabs.com/Podiots donations, donate £3 or more, and you'll get that bloomin' shout out. You'll join Pod Squad, you'll be sent overseas to die for your country, and you'll also be memorialized here. What an honor.
That's what every mother wants.
Yeah, absolutely. Mikey's got the first chunk of this week's Pod Squad.
We start off with the incredible, his mother definitely loves them, Duck Fuck Da Fuck Duck Fucker, who's been very generous, and they say, thanks chaps for bringing sunshine to a dark world. You are beautiful, as are you. Wait, there's more. There's more than one. You'd be surprised to hear. Whoa. We got Prince Beefcakes, Haunted Clunge, thanks. Buy Art Pop on iTunes, do it. Tommy the Wank Engine, Specky Becky Sparky Butter, Mouthy Hamster, Kevin from Con, Chav Ramirez, Stephen Scodes, Emily Lemons, Road Warrior, Finn Tristram, the very, very generous, the lovable Casey, who says, love the podcast, guys. Always helps make a dull day at work more enjoyable. And Lemon Licky Picky Sicky.
Also, Stukalicious, Bum Full of Cheerios, Crangy's McSpanglewank, Katie Kinsolo, I Will Lie Awake, Bick, Edward Jizzahans, Lord Blazevich, Willem Willy Wombles, Do Eat Silica Gel, Mercenary Prostitute, Trunter's Tat, Fluffy Muffs, Goob, the very generous Mr. Widdick, who says, was very surprised hearing you read out my name and question on the last episode. A while back, I decided to mostly watch/listen to content that has a positive outlook, and therefore your stuff is something I look forward to. All the best to you, Chris. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you,
and finally, Axel's Alive 95.
We also have Dave Benson Pigeon, Two Meat, Two Face, Dave Samabinson Philaden, which is a bit of a stretch, really, but I appreciate the effort. Mrs. Gibbons Fishy Wap, and an unbelievable Dave Bacon Phillips, who has been astronomically generous and said, you guys are doing great. Thank you, Dave Bacon Phillips.
Thank you, Dave.
Much appreciated. Like a Mr. Blobby Balloon Nobby, Stupid Inari, Sook, Lakai Walker's Blue Tit Milk.
Oh, no.
Freddie W. Can't spell. Pharaohs. No. Yes, I think that's right. With a more generous donation, thank you for the donation. Sorry, Peter, with a very generous donation. Sorry, Peter, but I just had to pop on because I think you brought it up before. The horse from the Neverending Story died. It was tied to a lowering platform that was meant to lift it back out of the muck after they yelled cut. It broke. It's horse snuff.
No!
What? Wait, no. What?
I've not brought it up before. I talked about Neverending Story last time, but I didn't know it actually died.
I'm going to leave you guys to Google that while I read the rest of it. The CG. Ben Potter fucked my dad in bum. Really good.
Jeez.
Dickelberg come in her snatch. Great. Donna CO7. The worst boy forever. I think. Not entirely sure. Thank you very much for the generous donation. And I'm assuming the worst boyfriend ever is what that says. Yeah. Says, Oi, Nicola, it's been 11 years together now. Here's your 2020 anniversary present. I'm not sure the tone I'm using is correct.
That sounds right, yeah.
Right. I didn't get you flowers, a meal out, or some fancy jewellery. I had them internet dudes read a message out. She's a big fan and will actually like this. Tar boys. Thank you, the worst boy ever.
Worst boy ever.
And finally, Dave Bonesome Willis. Thank you very much. That's your Pod Squad for this week. Remember, streamlabs.com/Podiots donation to join Podiots donations with an S on the end to join Pod Squad and get a shout out £3 or more at the beginning and the end of each share.
Wonderful. Do you want to quickly hear about the horse before we jump in?
Yeah,
I guess so.
I found an article on Entertainment Weekly. I'm going to read a little bit of the surrounding words as well. I feel like I sent people to therapy over that scene with Artax. The horse they used was really wonderful, and they spent a couple of months teaching her to be okay with being up to her neck with water.
Oh God.
That's something unfamiliar for them, surprisingly. So the way they did that scene was they had this little elevator under the water that slowly dropped the horse lower and lower. When it got to his chin area, we cut the scene, and that one took over 2.5 weeks. It says the real horse never really died. They were more careful with that horse than they were with me. I got hurt a hell of a lot more. Turns out the actor was in hospital with a broken back at some point during filming. So I'm going to say the horse is fine. You lied to us.
Sounds like an urban internet legend to me.
Yeah, it does.
I've read one article, one source, and I'm just going to discredit everything you said.
But thanks for the very generous donation. Sorry,
thank you anyway.
You liar.
Oh yeah, they give it. Scratch that. If you give us money, anything you say becomes true. That's the rule.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's how it works in American politics, right?
Oh, very satirical.
Hey, come on, we'll lose Widdick. He wants the positivity.
Yeah,
America's doing fine.
Oh, yeah. It's fine. Well. Do you want to segue into the first question?
How?
Is it American politics related?
Well, the first line is related.
Okay.
This comes from Justin at Drawn by Justin on the Twitters. He says, America is fucked.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'll do.
And your fan base is going to need somewhere to crash soon. Who in the extended Vidiots universe has the best home so I can sleep on their couch before anyone else steals my idea? This is a territory we've never gone in with the Vidiots universe, is their abodes, their homes.
Well, there's no room at Dave Benson's house because he's just got stacks of DVDs. And
I also wouldn't go to Bobby Babalooni's house because I imagine she's just got loads of that shit inflatable furniture off of the early 2000s used to buy from Woolworths.
She probably lives in a bouncy castle, doesn't she?
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, everything she lives with is handmade by her in balloon form.
Oh, yeah. God. She lives in a lie house.
You have to eat like hot dogs that are made of balloons.
No. You just have to fucking humour her as you pretend to eat her balloon food.
It just pops when you bite it, and then you go, yum, yum.
Please, Bobby, please.
That sounds horrible. Dick Machinko's house is probably a horrendous place to live.
I think it's just an empty, rundown flat with some weights, and that's it.
I think he's either squatting in a town where he's running a mission, just in an abandoned flat, or he just genuinely lives in a tent in the woods.
Yeah, probably. Maybe I wouldn't mind living in Jeff the Mongoose's house.
Oh, living in the walls.
You're living in... Well, I don't want to live in the walls. I want to live in the cottage that they lived in because, he would scare away unfamiliar dogs and whatever it was. He would, did he do, little bits of chores in the house, maybe? He used to put the fire out if they'd left it going and they went to bed.
Oh, that's nice.
Sounds like a fairly decent place to live. You just need to remember to, hang some carrots from the ceiling or something? It was all very weird.
I could do that to appease a extra special mongoose.
Yeah.
Speaking of Jeff, I'm going to quickly interject, but we had a Jeff moment in our house the other day.
What?
We were giving the ferrets a bath after... There was an incident in the park where they got kicked.
Yeah.
We'll not go into this now, but a nasty man kicked the ferrets. And so when we got them home, they're all kind of covered in their own poop. And we thought, all right, well, we should give them a bath. And in the panic of giving them a bath, one of the ferrets got on the bathroom floor and then crept behind the toilet and went in a hole in the wall. And for 10 minutes was in the wall.
No.
As we desperately tried to get them out.
We're living in the walls.
Yeah, we actually had a genuine Jeff in our house, and it was horrifying. You could just hear it.
I take it you're not living in a detached property at the moment.
No.
So it feasibly could have crawled into someone else's like flat or wall, and you're presumably not supposed to have ferrets either right now in the place you're at.
Yeah, so that would have been fun.
It could have been, it could have been bad.
Oh, Simon, there's a rat in the walls. Can you come help us get it out? Oh, it's not a rat. It's a lovely little ferret. We'll take it in as our own.
Oh yeah,
we'll look after it.
Yeah. Anyway, Vidiots universe. Who else is there?
I think the extended walrus family have got a sort of a sprawling home, excuse me, that you could stay in.
Ranch.
Plenty of bedrooms. Yeah, like a ranch. You know, they got that Old Town Road money, presumably. That achy breaky heart money.
Plus, you don't even need a bed. You could just lie on Billy. Imagine the comfort,
so
the warmth.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Did we generate that list of Vidiots universe members, or did someone do that?
I forgot to bookmark it, and I always want to have a look at that, and I didn't.
It's
bookmark
definitely
it
been done. I think I might have a bookmark. Let me just.
So we really should have that. We should have that pinned on the Discord to reference at any time.
Yeah, we should. There was also that full list of every episode we've ever done that, had everyone's thing, and God, really, it's dedication.
It's dedication. Oh my God, I genuinely can't think of any other fucking VCU people.
Well, I think collectively we've done some answers. Yeah. You know, the Walrus House, Jeff. Yeah.
Bobby Babalooni, if you're feeling brave.
Yeah. But it smells of latex all over the house.
Oh dear, yeah. Oh God, let's not do that.
No.
Shall we move on to a thing?
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's.
Yeah. Who wants to go first?
I don't mind going first. So I've brought along another strange news story from the Daily Mirror's weird news section because I just can't resist.
Wait, the Daily Mirror has its own weird news section.
It does, yeah. But on top of that, it's kind of I'm going to quickly go through the story and then issue you guys with a question as well.
Ooh.
So here we go. I've got to read the entire article like this, just so you know.
Okay.
Britain's dullest man, in quotes, unveils the international roundabout of the year. Kevin Beresford has spent 17 years as Redditch's resident roundabout spotter and has travelled the country looking for junction perfection, and is now his Roundabout Appreciation Society has unveiled the number one for 2020.
Can we just appreciate roundabout spotter? That's not really spotting, is it? The static objects.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, of course, I'm not here to yuck anyone's yum, right? I'm perfectly happy for Kevin to enjoy his roundabouts, but I'm kind of this as much as anything else is me mocking the Mirror for mocking this man for enjoying what he enjoys.
Okay.
But here we go. Britain's dullest man has unveiled the international roundabout of the year after a heated discussion in a pub. Kevin Beresford is famous for travelling the length and breadth of the country in search for the best roundabouts the UK has to offer, Birmingham Live reports.
Hang on, so is this the international or national roundabout?
International
roundabout
of the year. The UK won it, apparently. It's
wow, what a surprise.
Yeah. Redditch's roundabout spotter has spent 17 years in pursuit of junction perfection. Oh, it's just repeating the little subheading that was read earlier. And even founded the Roundabout Appreciation Society. The 68-year-old, who's described himself as the dullest man in Britain, regularly creates calendars with pictures of his favourite roundabouts on it.
Aww, that's quite cute.
He's also branched out into other avenues over the years. His latest project is a calendar dedicated entirely to car parks. And there's a photo of Kevin with his car parks of the year calendar. Here it is.
Oh, there he is. Car parks of Britain.
The graphic
design Land's End
on the calendar makes it look like it was made in about 1970, but it's a 2016 calendar.
I
like his jean button-up shirt.
I was going to say, he's fashionable. When you hear a 68-year-old, car park and roundabout aficionado, I pictured someone entirely different to this man. I'm going to say he's looking good. He's looking good for his age.
He is looking great. I'll pop it on the thread. So people can see it. There we go.
Cheers, son.
There's also roundabouts of the world calendar here that he's also posing with. Best of all, here it is, Comic Sans.
Whoa, graphic
brilliant.
design.
Oh my goodness, of the world, look at all the different planets behind behind the Earth there.
Yeah.
That actually, there's some pretty good roundabouts in there. I expected, like Slough or something, which is great, but no, there's trees, there's lights, there's buildings. This is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very impressed with that.
So he's now a self-styled Lord of the Rings. Along with other members of the Roundabout Committee, and he's revealed that they've selected their International Roundabout of the Year after a heated discussion in a pub in the West Midlands town of Redditch. So that's a little slightly strange news story for you with some charming pictures attached. But what I want to know is, if you had to be the dull aficionado for something niche and specific and give an award, give out an award for it, what do you think is your tedious anorak specialty?
Oh man! That's a good way of putting it. A tedious anorak specialty.
Yeah. What are you highly qualified to give out awards for that no one else is going to be interested in?
Okay. It's got to be funny enough it doesn't have to be funny enough, but it has to look good on a calendar as well.
True, but all you need is that Comic Sans and
some circles, and bam, you've got it.
Yeah.
How about the 2020 calendar of the stairwells of Liverpool's high rises?
Yeah, are you an expert on Liverpool high rises?
I think I could be.
Okay.
I think I could spot a good stairwell if I saw one,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, I think I know mine actually.
Yeah.
The Rambler's Guide to the Pissiest Alleyways in Bristol.
Oh, I was thinking the other day about the alleyway where we filmed the ad for the merch. That was just the pissiest alleyway.
That would be number one. But it just feels like every time I go out in Bristol, eventually you'll whiff piss.
Yeah,
and so I feel like my nose could lead me. I just have to close my eyes and walk in a direction, and I'd lead myself to a whole world of pissy alleyways.
What's the best month? Like, what month does everybody want in a calendar? Like, what would the best pissiest alley get assigned as to show that it had won calendars that year?
Well, I think it tends to be that it becomes the cover photo for the calendar. I think generally that's the coveted page is the cover. But
I'd put it as December, so it could be Merry Pissmas.
Oh, wonderful! Yeah,
that's good. That's very good.
It is. I would maybe do like best vandalized telephone boxes.
Oh, that'd be good. Yeah.
Up and down the country. So unique vandalism. I don't just want to see all the glass broken and a little tag on it that someone sprayed on. I want to see people wrapping them up in toilet roll and cling film. I want to see one upside down but still hooked into the network somehow. A
condom hanging off the receiver.
Yeah, absolutely.
I once saw just a whole watermelon in a phone box once in Bristol.
I want to know the story behind that.
Someone's saving it for later, I guess.
I like to think that someone got home from, got into their front door, put their keys on the side and went, Oh shit!
Fucking God, not again!
I've left. Pats themselves down, checks their pockets. No, fuck! I've left it. Oh God!
I'm just googling. Outdoor toilets in Bristol. I was just. Oh wow! Hold on. Piss Watch. What is Newcastle's best piss alley? This is an article.
Here we go, boys.
Okay, Pink Lane's 3 out of 5. What's number 1? St. John Street car park. That's a good one. That's a good one.
What's the criteria? Is it the best alley to go for a piss in, or is it the
best alley to find piss in?
I think it's okay. So they've got 3 things on each one by the look of it. It's privacy, convenience, and atmosphere.
Oh, so it's sort of to go for a piss in, really. I think.
Let's read about Big Market, because they've just said you can piss in pretty much anywhere in Big Market.
Yeah, it's kind of true.
So for privacy, no one cares. This is the infamous Big Market. Here, the drinks are cheap, social etiquette is meaningless, and the place is pretty much one big toilet anyway. If you put up with a night in illegitimate, I think it's only fair you should piss freely into the cold night air. There's generally a police presence, so it's only for the most daring of public urinators. For convenience, it's in the middle of a bunch of clubs and pubs, so you're all right there. An atmosphere, the last days of Rome. If you're expecting a quiet one, you're obviously not a local. Saturday night big market makes an active war zone look tame in comparison.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Thank you very much to the tab for that.
Wonderful stuff.
That's a wonderful piss alley.
Well, there we go. Everyone's got their own little niche, and enjoy it. Make a Comic Sans calendar out of it, and send it to Post Some Tat, Vidiots, Fourth Floor, etc. No, don't do that. It won't get opened on camera. We stopped doing that 2 years ago.
Quite a while ago.
We did.
All right. Would you like another question?
Yes, please.
This one comes from Kieran Marshall at Sher1KRN229. Catchy. Ooh. You can turn anything you want into a magic vehicle. Think Aladdin knocking about on a carpet. What does the McDonald's drive-thru see you pull up in?
I like how it's not just what vehicle do you choose, it's what does the McDonald's drive-thru see you pull up in?
Oh, it's a good one, actually. I would like just like a front door as a vehicle.
Yeah.
I don't know, but like maybe like a car made. No, I'm thinking two in the box here. It could be anything, and I'm trying to make something that already looks like a vehicle. It could be better than that.
I would like to have a giant teacup from a teacups ride, like a spinny teacups ride.
Oh, that'd be amazing!
I think that would look like something out of I don't know, Mary Poppins or something. Just me flying around in a teacup, a giant one.
Would it rotate rapidly while you went?
I hope not. See, I don't actually go on the teacups because it just makes me dizzy and sick, which I guess is the point. But I'd rather not pay like £3 to just feel sick. Thank you very much.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, I'd maybe not have it like completely spinning wildly out of control. Maybe just a little bit of rotation so that I can look at all angles.
I don't know.
It'd be like a real life flying saucer, wouldn't it?
Very good. I think a bed, actually. A bed would be a good shout.
Yeah.
So you could have the laziest day ever, especially if you're rocking up at McDonald's. Like, I feel like that's like the perfect hungover thing. Is just drive over in your bed, just have a little nap on the motorway, pull up, and like, McNuggies, please, and off you go.
Mm-hmm. That's perfect. Yeah.
The problem is you get a lot of stairs, and I consider my bed to be my refuge from the world. I don't know if I'd want to be parading around with everybody looking at me in my bed. I wouldn't be comfortable in it.
I tend to sleep either with boxers on or nothing more than a drop of Chanel No. 5. So I think that could be bad if there was a gust of wind.
Oh no!
Yeah.
But you're halfway to McDonald's at this point, and you can't stop, so you just can.
It's too late.
Carry on.
Show the world your McNuggies.
Yeah.
I would
get McDoubles out.
For God's sake.
Big Mac.
Stop it. I would vehicleify my slippers.
Ooh, very good.
And just sort of zoom along really fast.
Comfort Heelys, I guess.
Yeah, but I sort of want to hover slightly so that I can't fall off them or out of them,
Yeah.
So you're just standing perfectly upright and they're just zooming along and you're in them. Brilliant.
Yeah, that's brilliant. I like that. That's good.
Okay.
So you rock up to McDonald's, you just levitate and hover in front of the thing. I'm just picturing you like, smoke jacket on, pipe in mouth, arms behind the back. It's like, yes, sir, I'd like your finest Big Mac meal. Thank you.
I think it'll work.
Sorted. Yeah, no. Imagine the convoy if all three of us turned up.
Yeah.
We'd definitely make it onto the Daily Mirror Weird News segment, I think.
We would.
Weirdest McDonald's drive-through vehicles 2020. All right. Who wants to do their thing next? I'm happy to do mine, unless, Ben, you're itching to get your thing out.
No, you go for it.
Okay. Well, we've got a biggie today. It's another fight.
Yes,
ding,
I love fights.
Ding, ding. It's Biscuit Fight 2020.
Oh, my goodness me.
God, I'm surprised we've not done Biscuit Fight.
Yeah.
Wow, okay. Yeah.
It seems like such an obvious one, and This is the biggest fight yet. It's got 16 contenders because the universe of British biscuits is quite a big one, and it turns out it's quite an important one. I think people will fight tooth and nail for which is the best biscuit.
There's going to be, let me just tell you right now, there's going to be some real hot takes here. Like, we are going to fall out more with this one than we ever have. I'm calling it.
Everyone's got their own personal biscuit, and if you say a shit about that other person's biscuit, you're going to have to be ready to fight.
Yeah. There's one that I'm hoping, it might not even have made it into the runnings, but there's one that is famously, I think, people think it's a crap biscuit, but I think it gets a really bad rap, and we'll see if it's in there.
I think there was a little bit of a personal bias in here, but I think I've definitely gone for like all areas of biscuits, so we should be covered. Yeah. So please scream if you hear your biscuit.
I will.
Okay, we start with chocolate digestive versus rich tea. To me, this is an easy one.
Yes.
Rich teas are designed to be bland, I think.
Yeah.
A chocolate digestive is like the Rolls Royce of biscuits. It's,
As a man who doesn't like chocolate, I still hate rich teas more, I think. And I appreciate that, other people at least love the chocolate digestive, so I would definitely vote for that.
Yeah, I think that's an easy one, right?
I'm fairly sure the rich tea biscuit was just a coaster someone accidentally ate once.
Yeah, and you're like, that's all right, I suppose.
The rich tea feels like a biscuit that was put in army ration boxes, and somehow, I think, after the war, people are like, I remember that, I kind of still want that, and that's the only reason we still have it to this day.
I think the ones that that are still getting packeted and sold are the ones from the war.
Yeah, they're just made too many.
Yeah.
There hasn't been a new biscuit invented in 60 years. And I think just for clarity, a chocolate digestive in America, I didn't know this, digestives are called graham crackers.
Oh.
Graham crackers?
That's what those are. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Crackers.
What?
Also, we should say, I'm sure they already know this, you only have to be a member of the fast globalizing world that we live in, but biscuit is not what you call it in America. It's like a cookie is what we're talking about.
Delicious, delicious cookies.
Yeah.
And on round two, round one still, but heat two, it's Biscoff versus custard creams.
Oh.
Because
see, Biscoff doesn't come round very often, but I do really enjoy a Biscoff.
It's like when you go to a cafe and you get yourself a coffee and it's like, a biscuit.
Yeah.
It's always a surprise.
Are they the cinnamony ones?
Yeah.
I can't say I've ever really had those that many times. I
mean, I still, as much as I do like Biscoffs, I think custard cream is absolute biscuit royalty, and it can't drop out until at least the semi-finals, if that.
Yeah, custard cream is an iconic biscuit, and I would like to say I got out to get all the biscuits together. I browsed. There's a section in the Tesco Groceries website called Everyday Biscuits.
Yeah,
and custard creams is very firmly in the Everyday Biscuits segment, and I think that kind of proves its worth.
Yeah.
Custard cream's just good, solid. It's not offensive. It's not loud. It's just a good, solid, slightly sweet, creamy biscuit.
But interesting as well. It's got 3 layers to it. It's not just a graham cracker.
All right, the next lot are Jaffa cakes and chocolate chip cookies.
I'll have to leave this one up to you two, really.
Oh, when you say
too chocolatey for you,
chocolate chip cookies, do you mean Maryland, or are you just talking generally?
Generally, I was going to say Maryland, but the other brands are available. But if you just picture like a little chocolate chip cookie, kind of little crunchy, chippy little thing, that's what we're going for.
I'll go Jaffa cake. I like Jaffa cakes more than chocolate chips.
I think Jaffa cake's easier to binge as well. Chocolate chip cookies are, after a few, you'd be like, I'm feeling a bit sick now. But Jaffa cakes, the spongy texture. Oof.
With white chocolate chip cookies, which I obviously do like because I like white chocolate, I don't like crunchy brittle cookies very much. I would much rather have like a proper, the like supermarket bakery cookies that come in like a bag of 5, and if they've been done right, they're soft enough that if you hold it out, like the half that you're not holding starts to sag under gravity. Like that's how soft a cookie should be, in my opinion.
That's always the gamble when you're buying a pack of cookies. Is it going to be the good type or is it going to be the bad
Well, like
hard type.
My mum will like squeeze peaches and bananas before she buys them. I squeeze packets of cookies to see if they're ripe. You know, they need to just give a little bit.
A child after a long day at school, mum's like, "Oh, you can get a bag of cookies," and they open it at home and find just fingerprints all in it from Peter Austin.
No, if it can take fingerprints, I'll buy it. I'm buying that sucker.
True. Okay, well, I guess the child gets a bag of broken biscuits.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
So that's Jaffa cakes for the win there.
Fair.
Bam. Next up, we've got fruit shortcake versus ginger nuts.
Fruit shortcake.
Oh, let me just slam a quick picture because this is actually always fruit shortcake's always been one of my favorites because it's just kind of like a nothing biscuit. It's like an upgraded rich tea, but it's got sugar and a bit of
fly biscuits.
Oh, is that what they're called?
Well, I don't know. That's what I've always called them.
Dead flies in them, yeah. I used to have those when I was younger. I didn't even realise. I'd kind of forgotten they existed, but I did like them when I used to have them.
Yeah. I like them too, but I mean, they're going to get murdered by ginger nut, right?
Surely. I mean, I love a ginger nut. It's so dunkable. It's the best thing to dunk in your tea, I would say.
Yeah, ginger nuts are just a good all-round biscuit. Yeah, I think a ginger nut is the perfect tea biscuit. We'll get into hobnobs later. That's it. The people used to say hobnobs, but fuck hobnobs. I don't like them.
Don't you?
Nah, but that's for later. That's for later.
Yeah.
Sorry, fly biscuits. You're out.
Bye.
Ginger nuts are in. All right. Next up is chocolate fingers, as in the Cadbury variety, or just regular old plain digestives. So we've got both.
I like plain digestives. I really like them. But
plain digestives you can have with cheese, and they're really good.
I've never had that. I always got confused by that as a kid. Like when we, for whatever reason, buy a cheese and biscuit package. Like, what's this biscuit doing in here? That's not right. Is it good?
Those little
it's super good. It's sort of like the sweet savoury combination. But it's not that sweet. Digestives aren't that sweet. They're quite salty anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a weird one.
They just go incredibly well with cheese.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got a versatile biscuit.
I'd like to save digestives personally, but again, I'm biased with chocolate fingers.
Yeah, chocolate fingers are very good. You open a packet, you will eat them all.
Oh, it is like cracking finger form.
Yeah.
They do melt on your hands though, don't they, really, if you hold them too long?
They do, but so do all chocolate biscuits. They
don't last too long in my hands.
Yeah, don't hold them that long anyway.
I'm giving my vote to chocolate fingers, I think. Digestives, I think if I had to choose between the two digestives, I'd always go for the chocolate one over the plain old one.
I'm voting digestives personally.
Sorry, Peter, I'm going chocolate finger.
No worries.
Choco finger is. Bam.
Chocoffing.
Chocophony. Ooh, next up, we've got malted milk.
Oh, no.
Truly one of the most disgustingly named biscuits.
Another good biscuit for cheese.
Yeah, really? This is Ben's thing. He sometimes has cheddar with malted milk, and I've still never tried it.
I did it a couple of times 10 years ago when I was at university.
Do you not still do it?
Oh, man. And malted milks are going up against hobnobs.
Okay, well, that kills that argument dead, doesn't it?
I like hobnobs. I think... Why do you not like them, Mikey? What do you not like about them?
I don't know. I think... they just don't interest me. They're too crumbly. They're a messy biscuit, and I'm just not a fan of the flavour. But saying that, malted milk's not great either, to be honest. I used to love malted milks as a kid, but I think if you put them in front of me, I'd go for the hobnob first for some reason. Just malted milks are so uninteresting and bland.
We used to when I went to like nursery, like before you go into reception, you know, you're like 3 or 4. In the middle of the day, we would get like a treat, and in a plastic cup we'd either get some orange squash or blackcurrant squash, and then there would be biscuits. And every so often, like once in a blue moon, it was digestives, right? So that was nice. You get a digestive. But normally it was either a rich tea or a malted milk. And I used to just give my biscuits to other kids, to be honest.
Mate,
not even worth eating you.
No.
The hobnobs, they're basically digestives with sunglasses on, right? They're just sort of cool digestives.
Yeah, in a way. Yeah, they're oaty.
Yeah, they are kind of like a deluxe digestive with a thick, crunchy extra bit to it.
I don't dislike them. I like them more than digestives, but I personally don't understand all the excitement about hobnobs.
Yeah, I think they're overrated, but doesn't necessarily mean the worst biscuit. I'm saying over malted milk. I'd have a knob.
Yeah, I'd have a knob too.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna go with malted milk.
Oh well, sorry, malted milk, you're out. Hobby knobs, well done. Okay, next up, Fig Rules, which I'm counting as a biscuit, and Oreo.
The Oreo is a recent arrival compared to most of these biscuits. Oreos are really good, and I like Oreos.
Yeah. Fig Rolls, I think, are pretty grim, to be honest.
Yes. Really?
Yeah. I don't like them that much.
I'm a massive fan of Fig Rolls, but I'm not going to argue against the mighty Oreo.
They have the sad fruit jam in them, right?
They keep you very regular, Fig Rolls.
Shit skits.
Lovely. Are we saying Oreo for that one then?
I would, yeah.
Okay, Oreo, congratulations, you made it through. And this is the last of the first round.
My biscuit's not been in yet. Let's see if it's made it.
We've got Party Rings and Jammy Dodgers.
Oh, no, it's not here.
One of my favourites is not there either.
Wait, which ones have I missed out?
So I'm not saying this is like a contender for the top spot, but I think it's still underrated. The pink wafer.
Oh yeah, good shout.
The dry cardboard E-number
you could
pink
build
wafer.
A house out of those.
Yeah, but I think they're very satisfying to bite through because you go through about 12 layers of cardboard and softer cardboard.
Slightly wet cardboard.
Yeah, I really like them.
It's like recycling at every stage.
Yeah, I've not had them in years, but if I saw one on a plate, I'd grab them straight away.
Yeah, they're kind of like a tangy pink flavour. It's weird.
I like
they're sometimes
biscuits.
branded as Pink Panther biscuits in some shops.
Wait, did I not put bourbons in?
You've not.
Bud.
This is a fundamental fuck up on my part. Okay, shit. Oh no,
you got custard creams in there, but you didn't get his brother in.
Oh, bourbons are like one of the classics. Jesus. Michael Johnson, you've messed this up, haven't you?
Acknowledged. It's been acknowledged. It's okay. We can move ahead. He
puts Fig Rules in, but not bourbons.
What you might have to do is whoever wins this then has to defend their title against a new round of upstarts.
Has to fight a bourbon.
In a future episode.
Oh, God. Yeah, we'll have the other 16 biscuits.
Yeah, take on the champ.
So, Party Rings and Jammy Dodgers. I'm a big fan of both.
Me too.
This is a hard one.
I recently had Jammy Dodgers for the first time in a while because we wanted to buy a packet of biscuits during the move, but we didn't want like a packet of 35 individual biscuits. So the good thing with Jammy Dodgers is you only get 8, and that can be manageable. But they sell them in those double strip packets. So if you want 16, you can have 16.
Yeah.
You know?
I had party rings this week, and I've got to say they were delicious. But I think my nostalgic memory of party rings is stronger than my current love of Jammy Dodgers, which I haven't had in a while, probably since What Culture, because they used to buy us biscuits sometimes.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
and Jammy Dodgers were often there. But I think Jammy Dodgers for me are better than party rings. Party rings are just sort of that. I don't know if maybe the E numbers have changed over the years as various things have been outlawed, but that hard icing on top just seems to be a relic of the past that I don't think is particularly enjoyable anymore.
Yeah, there's not flavors to party rings, is it? It's just sweet.
It's patterns.
Patterns.
Bright
Pink
colours.
and white though is still the best for some reason.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, I like the bluey one.
Yeah. I think the thing with party rings is they're enjoyable, but only if you have about 10 in one go. They're quite moreish. Whereas a Jammy Dodger, I can enjoy 2 of those and be very satisfied.
Jammy Dodger's like a pint of Guinness. It's a meal.
Yeah. I'd have to say the Dodgers.
Okay, well, Dodgers are through. Congratulations. We're on round 2. We can blitz through these now. We've kind of discussed the biscuits in detail, so now it's just raw brass tacks. First up, chocolate digestives versus custard creams.
I'd say custard creams, but I don't like chocolate digestives. So.
I'm going chocolate digestive myself
chocolate
here.
digestives.
Fair enough.
Oh, sorry,
I
creams.
concede that there are chocolate experts here that I can't offer any insight there. So it's up to you.
Next up is Jaffa cakes versus ginger nuts.
Oh no.
I'd say ginger nuts, but
I think I'm going to lean towards ginger nuts. But I do like a Jaffa. Oh God.
Aren't Jaffa cakes cakes?
Oh, I guess legally, if you want to go down that route, I think they were officially declared as cakes for tax purposes.
I don't think I mind that much, but I feel like we should at least address that in the podcast before the comment section fills up with people saying, I run a roundabout of the year calendar, and I think you'll find that Jaffa cakes are cakes.
I think in terms of form, the biscuits.
They're still from the same family of, you serve them on next to my giant teacup that I'm flying around in. They live there.
I'm going Jaffa.
Shit. Okay, it's up to me.
Yeah.
Ginger nuts.
Ooh, okay.
I feel it's not an exciting biscuit, but it's all reliable.
It's good. Ginger nuts are great.
It's that satisfying crunch, that kind of stingy feeling in your nose of the ginger.
You know what else you missed out, Mikey? You missed out one of my genuine favourites that I think is like semi-final or final material. Fox's Crunch Creams.
Oh, they are actually they're my god tier biscuit, but
yeah.
I wasn't sure if that would be like too much of a niche biscuit. So
yeah, maybe it's not. What was it? The Basics biscuits, everyday biscuits.
Everyday biscuits.
Yeah, it's not an everyday biscuit. It's a premium treat.
Oh, it's primo biscuit right there. Yeah, there's a lot of biscuits. That's the thing with these. You always forget some biscuits, and I've forgotten some corkers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the next up is chocolate fingers or hobnobs.
Hobnobs.
Oh no, it's all going to be chocolate ones, isn't it?
It's okay.
I'm gonna go chocolate fingers for me.
Yeah, I'll go the same.
I just feels like more of an experience over hobnobs, and plus
Sure.
hobnobs just sound gross.
Hobnobs aren't great.
What does the knob mean in hobnob?
Nobility.
Hobnob.
Chocolate hobnobs are delicious. I really, really like chocolate hobnobs, but you can put chocolate on most of these plain biscuits and they'd probably be elevated for me.
Yeah,
I think I drew the line at chocolate digestives and regular digestives. Oreo versus Jammy Dodgers.
Jammy Dodgers.
Jammy Dodgers.
Jammy Dodgers. Okay, let's go Jammy Dodgers. I'm getting a bit sick of Oreos as one of the few vegan biscuits. It's had far too many of them recently.
It's in everything as well. Oreo ice cream, milkshakes.
Yeah. Actually, Oreo in something. Bam. Okay, I'm happy. I'm down with that. Oreo McFlurry. Yes, please.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay, we're on the semi-finals now.
Can you have McFlurry, Mikey?
No, I can't, but I can still think about them.
You can, that's fine.
Okay, semi-finals. Chocolate digestives versus ginger nuts.
Ginger nuts.
Well, I'm going to go chocky digestive.
I'm going to go ginger nut.
Ooh,
really?
Spicy.
Yeah.
Wow, I do not agree, but I'll honor it. I'm putting it in the numbers. Okay. Chocolate fingers versus jammy Dodgers.
Jammy Dodgers.
Jammy Dodgers, surely.
I think as good as chocolate fingers are, I love a Dodger. A Dodger. Right, this is it. This is the battle of the Titans. Ooh. Ginger nuts versus jammy Dodgers.
That's actually quite difficult, I think.
Oh, really?
In some ways, because they're different kinds of biscuit. Ginger nut, as I say, is so good to dunk in tea. Jammy Dodger is absolutely not good to dunk in tea, I would say. But
no. Yeah. Well, Jammy Dodgers, I think my love for Jammy Dodgers was cemented by a bakery in Newcastle that made Jammy Dodger blondies.
Oh, yeah.
The best fucking thing ever. And I think that is what elevated Jammy Dodgers above the rest of me. It was just the fact they could be used in such an artful way.
Was it you who made your own and brought them into the office?
I did. Yeah. Well, did I do that like my first week at What Culture to try and be liked by everyone?
You definitely made them in Bristol.
Yeah, I thought it was in Bristol. You did. Maybe Bristol. You also did it at What Culture as well.
Oh, God. But it was definitely something. I learned to make them during the What Culture days, but maybe I made something for What Culture. I mean, I think I just made normal brownies.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not...
Jammy Dodgers, I think, are probably better overall, but...
I'm not a tea guy. Or a hot drink person, so I don't have biscuits with hot beverages, so there's no dunking for me. But if there were ginger nuts available, I would eat several. And if there were jammy Dodgers available, I'd quite happily have one and it would feel like a treat. And for that reason, I'm going jammy Dodger.
Yeah.
It's jammy Dodgers have won then.
I think we're unanimous, ultimately.
Can we tweet jammy Dodgers on Twitter and just say, hey, well, not yet, but like when it goes out with the time code and say, you won our biscuit competition. Congratulations. Can we have some, please?
Yeah. And you can put on your packaging, if you like, voted number 1 biscuit. And then in brackets, put several high contenders were also missed out from the competition.
Podiots approved.
Yeah. The jammy Dodgers, there we go. It's the official post-Vidiots meal tea biscuits.
Oh, yum. Oh, that's my final meal on death row, I think. The Vidiots tea and then some jammy Dodgers.
Oh, beautiful. That actually does sound nice. Oh, well, thank you very much, boys. That's important research we're doing there. Now, would you like a question?
Yeah. Yes.
This comes from James at Corrosion Audio. If you 3 boys were still working in the same place this year, what birthday cakes would you have bought for each other? Are we going to stick to the rules of we're poor, so we're going to get Asda picture cake, or do you want to go elegant with it?
I mean, the Asda picture cake was good. Looking at those photos on Twitter.
Yeah. I feel like, okay, let's just go for what would we get printed on the cake for each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Peter and I would maybe print a message on it that says, don't worry, Michael, this is just for a visual gag. We will get you a cake you're allowed to eat. It's from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just like a picture of sad me in the corner.
Yes.
Holding the cake, unable to eat it.
Oh, God.
I can't believe we did that. Without a hint of irony, got you a cake you couldn't eat.
It was kind of, I just like, I nodded along for a while. I didn't want to say anything. I didn't want to be that person that's like, it's not vegan.
Oh, you could have.
So I just kind of went along with it.
You could have absolutely just popped the boys if you'd waited until the end and said, yeah, this is great. But
is it vegan?
Issue. But it was all for the visual treat. That's the cakes aren't for eating; it's for looking at and
that's true.
Wanting to die when you have to go to the Asda ladies with the picture and say, "Can I have this on the
Yeah, I like the fact that we did realize. If we'd not realized the entire time, and Mikey had to remind us, that's arguably better than us going through the entire process and then about 30 seconds before he's due to eat it, going, "Hang on. Can you eat this? You can't eat this."
Oh, whoops.
I like when, was it the first one? Was it the one you did for me, I think?
The
was the
spiral
first one. Where the lady came out and said to you guys, is this right? Or, tried to confirm if there'd been a printing error or something.
I think Mikey picked it up.
Right.
Yeah, I had the fun both times. Yeah,
you did.
I had to talk to the ladies. I felt bad going into that Asda every time afterwards. They were very nice about it, just very, very deeply embarrassing. Because there was some kind. I think I wanted to do like a sexy sparrow cake for you, Peter, but I chickened out on actually doing that because it would mean looking another human in the eyes.
It was still a little bit sexy, but it was, it certainly, there was probably a lot worse on DeviantArt. I think they were all still clothed with what you went with in the end, which is, definitely not as far as it goes.
I think, Peter, for you, I'd get you a Beyond Good and Evil cake, but deliver it sometime in the next 10 years.
Yeah, but never have it arrive.
Yeah.
That's on its way, I promise.
Occasionally I just get sent a little piece of card with some sort of worrying news on it about whether the cake is ever going to arrive.
The baker has decided to stop baking.
Yeah.
Here's some concept art for the cake.
Would you like to contribute some ingredients to the cake? You won't be paid.
Yeah. No, you'll be paid. Yeah. You'll be paid a share that goes out to 25 other people.
But don't worry, it's Joseph Gordon-Levitt's company. You can trust him.
Oh, wow.
Fine.
Trustworthy man.
I would get Peter a cake with a very, very poorly stretched, but realistic looking Domino's pizza with cheese on it so that he could have that experience again.
Oh, there we go.
Well, in that case, I'd get Mikey one with a top-down bird's eye view of some chill grill cheesy chips.
Oh, no.
Ah, yes.
with just cold, hard cheese on top.
The worst thing about that was the styrofoam was melting, but the cheese wasn't.
Do you reckon it was his first day and he just put the whole thing in the microwave?
Oh, God. How though? I ordered cheesy chips. He put the chips in the styrofoam in the microwave, but forgot the cheese. Just lobbed that on last second. Cheers.
Terrible. Maybe he accidentally served you chips in a sort of cheese-based container and then sprinkled styrofoam on the top. You sure that's not what happened?
Oh, it tasted like it. Yeah, I should have eaten the box. Damn it, I fucked it. Ben, what would we get, Ben?
Get for Ben? Goodness me, maybe a cake that's served on, instead of just the thin bit of cardboard that you normally get from Asda, it can be repurposed as a sign once you finish the cake that says keep out, it's my birthday, and you can then just stick that to your door so that no one will bother you.
But then they'll know it's my birthday.
Oh, true.
Okay, keep out.
It's not my birthday.
It's not my birthday.
Okay. Yeah, I'd see that. All right, fine. Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Clearly, it's not his birthday, so we'll leave him alone.
Yeah,
I feel like we could. I want to do a redo of the McNuggies cake, but inject jam into the buttocks so it kind of makes it 3D.
Like one of those mouse pads with the.
So you want me to eat Grimace's ass, basically?
Yeah. Actually, well, maybe not strawberry jam then. Maybe like a nice chocolate sauce.
Okay.
Ooh, yum, yum.
All right.
Just to make it a really traumatic experience.
This one with the sign, Peter, I'm assuming the rest of the cake's just it's just blank, yeah? There's nothing on it?
Yeah.
It's just the sign.
Yeah.
And sadly, he never gets to the sign because he doesn't want to eat a blank cake.
The thing with the Grimace one as well, we could maybe do Ben a favour by making the design smaller than before, because do you remember last time everyone just cut round the cake because no one wanted to eat the Grimace? So if you make the design smaller, you get more edible cake out of it rather than the inedible Grimace design section.
Well, if you make it bigger, you get more Grimace booty. I don't know. I'm feeling like I want some more Grimace booty.
That's a good point.
True.
For you, Mikey, I would get the cake. It would be a blank cake. Mm-hmm. And I would carve out a little tunnel through it and put toilet roll tubes in there so that there would be no incidents. And then I would feed one of your ferrets into it, just like seconds before I gave it to you. And then you would have it and you'd be like, why are there holes? Oh my God. Oh, it's a ferret. Yay. And then the whole bus would clap.
It was.
And then scream in horror as a little ratty creature was unleashed in the bus. What are you doing? Stop.
Tired and covered in crumbs.
Sticky ferret.
Sticky ferret. Thank you very much, boys. That's some beautiful cakes we got there. And Ben, are you ready to present your thing?
I am. Today we're going to talk about the disappearance of Louis Le Prince.
Ooh.
Or Louis Le Prince.
Le Prince.
Not entirely sure. This is an article from 2008 from ScienceDirect.com. And I'm going to read it for you now. Here we go. A 118 or 128, I suppose now, pretty much, year-old mystery has resurfaced recently with new evidence that turned up in a New York library archive regarding the sudden disappearance of Louis Le Prince. Relatively unknown today, Louis Le Prince is the inventor officially recognized as the first person to record motion images on film, giving birth to today's motion picture industry. In October of 1888, Le Prince recorded a series of moving images from Leeds Bridge in Leeds, England. Several years before either Thomas Edison or the Lumiere brothers, Le Prince had been granted patents on both a 16-lens device and a single-lens type. And it goes into a little bit of his history there. He was a very clever man, studied painting and chemistry in universities in Paris and Leipzig, did a marry, moved to England, went to the United States, and then, on September the 16th, 1890, Louis Le Prince disappeared, never to be seen again. Le Prince had promised he would rejoin his friends in Paris for a return journey to England. However, he failed to arrive at the appointed time and was never seen again by his family or friends. The last sighting of him was on board a train leaving the Dijon platform. Though both French police and Scotland Yard carried out an exhaustive search for his body and luggage, neither was ever found, and the case remained unsolved. So, a little bit strange. The man who was the first person to not only capture film, but also patent devices that would allow him to do as such, vanished.
Conspicuous.
Bearing in mind that one of the people he was competing against was Thomas Edison, a renowned, lovely man. So here we go. Enter Alexis Bedford, a graduate student at the University of New York. Bedford, who is studying chemistry and photography, had been doing research into the history of motion pictures for the past year and a half. His searches often led him to the inner forgotten archives of the New York Library, which is where he made his discovery. I've always admired Louis Le Prince, stated Bedford, but really not much was known about him because of his sudden disappearance. As Bedford relates it, he was turning over some papers on Thomas Edison's work with lighting methods when he stumbled across a dilapidated leather-bound book. The book would turn out to be one of many notebooks in which Edison was fond of jotting down ideas and test data. Leafing through it, explained Bedford, I merely thought I'd find perhaps some interesting and as yet unknown processes that Edison had tried in the laboratory.
Notice how wild it is that you can just flip through Thomas Edison's notebook in a library. That is amazing.
It is bonkers, isn't it? I never thought I would stumble upon this. He had found a small entry dated September the 20th, 1890 by Edison's own hand, which read, Eric called me today from Dijon. It has been done. Prince is no more. This is good news, but I flinched when he told me. Murder is not my thing. I'm an inventor, and my inventions for moving images can now move forward.
Oh my
God.
God.
The hell?
Bedford, excited and puzzled by the entry, immediately went to chat to the librarian curator Charlene Edmonds. Edmonds was unaware of the presence of the Edison Journal, but that's not surprising, she later stated. Our library contains such a large amount of historical documents, and some of them have been forgotten through the ages. I wouldn't be surprised at anything anyone found here. With Mrs. Edmonds' permission, Bedford took the journal back to New York University, where he put it in the care of historian Robert E. Meyer. After weeks of examining the journal to ascertain its authenticity, which included penmanship comparison with known Edison articles and a computed tomography scan, Meyer agreed that the journal was indeed authentic and that the note dated September of 1890 was genuinely Edison's own. It is quite a different look at these amazing inventors and the time they lived in, says Bedford. Suddenly we're seeing Thomas Edison in a different light, as a person who had a strong stake in dominating the trademark industry, and we're seeing how the patent wars affected these scientists as they sought to garner attention for their inventions. This is very exciting, echoes Meyer. We are practically rewriting history with this evidence.
Spooky.
So I found this after looking at a meme on Imgur. And the meme was one of those cool, radical facts from history that you didn't know that are usually bollocks. And it was talking about Louis Le Prince and his disappearance just after, or while he was just about to patent some more devices and stuff, and how Edison might have been involved. So I had a Google round. This was one of the first things that popped up, and I thought, oh, it all looks fairly standard, until I got to the last bit where there was that journal entry where he said that he done a murder, where he bollocksed him. And this is the only place that mentions this.
Really? Oh.
Which leads me to believe that it is unsubstantiated codswallop. It's not on Wikipedia. Right. It's not on any other articles about the disappearance of Louis Le Prince. There's lots of articles listing suggestions of what might happen. There are some suggestions that he might have been gay and under extreme persecution, and that he might have committed suicide. There are some that just genuinely might have been an accident. There are some where he just ran away and lived in obscurity, but nowhere else, bearing in mind this article was from 12 years ago, there's nowhere else that mentions that Edison apparently wrote down that he murdered a man and left it in a library.
Yeah, like clever, admittedly not very nice man, but very clever man, Thomas Edison, wrote in his journal, oh, the murder done happened today.
Did the murder
I don't
today.
normally like murdering people, but the murder's happened, and that's great news. Anyway, can confirm the murder has happened.
The murder of my rival. So what did happen is that Louis Le Prince was an exceptionally clever man who doesn't get the attention he deserves, and he was the person who practically invented the entire film industry, and he disappeared shortly before several other big names patented very similar devices. And that has always been a bit of a mystery, but I thought the story was interesting that I would read it anyway, but I do want to just clamor, citation needed, citation very much needed. I can't find anyone else talking about this journal at all, and I think it's bollocks, but I thought it was interesting anyway.
Very interesting.
Absolutely.
You had me there. I wanted to believe that was true. It sounds so plausible. I feel like vicious man who's patent hunter wants to squash another man who could potentially make millions from a revolutionary invention. He disappears on a train. Even if it is only one source, I'm going to say I believe it because
you believe it. That's it.
I believe.
Same with the horse. The horse was alive and well, and Louis Le Prince was a victim of murder. Although I will say the other places that do go into what may have led to his disappearance do also talk about foul play. And they cite the situation regarding, plenty of rivals in that space operating at the same time. But nobody mentions this journal. And I feel like this journal would have been such a discovery that confirms Edison was a murderer. And nobody's talking about it. So I think it's bollocks.
There is a known Thomas Edison journal entry that says, just heard from John on the phone. He has murdered that horse from the Neverending Story.
No.
We sabotaged the lift, and I'm really glad. It's good news that the horse is dead. So, think of that what you will, but that is a known, confirmed, true thing that happened.
There's a pattern emerging.
Louis Le Prince doesn't show up at all in Thomas Edison's Wikipedia page. I thought you were going
to say in the Neverending.
In the Neverending. Sorry, that is factually false. I can confirm Thomas Edison was not involved in that production. No, I just thought it was just such a bold-faced lie that this article has done that I just couldn't quite believe how they just went with it, because I then Googled Louis Le Prince death, and as you start to type it if you type J afterwards, it says journal, and Edison journal, it all auto fills. Like other people that have seen this and be like, what, that can't be true, but this is the only place that mentions it. Nobody else is talking about it. There's an article from 2017, was Thomas Edison a murderer, but doesn't mention the journal. It's all, I just couldn't believe that this 2008 article was like, there was the murder journal that this guy found in the library, and no one else is talking about it.
I feel like as well with Thomas Edison, who's like famous for supposedly inventing a whole lot of things, very famous figure from history. I feel like his journals would have all been scrutinized over repeatedly throughout history. The pages that involved the murder would just happen to be stuck together and they missed them.
Yes. So there we go. Louis Le Prince, very clever man. You may have not have heard of him. Now you have. May have been murdered by Edison, but probably not. There you go.
Probably not. No.
What a roller coaster.
And if he was, Edison probably did not write it. In
did
his
a
journal.
murder today.
Lovely. Well, thank you very much, Ben, for a haunting murder mystery. Ooh.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We've got one last question. And this one comes from Nathaniel Barlam at Barlam Nathaniel on Twitter. He wants to know, if you were a Pokemon, what would your type or types be? And what would your final evolution be? And for reference, I'm going to paste in all the types. I didn't realize there was this many types.
I think there's new types
loads now.
I'm going to stick with the ones I know for mine at least.
They're usually at least two.
Okay, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
times.
Yeah.
Well, normal type. What does that even mean?
You're looking at your Rattatas there.
Right, just little like creatures, woodland critters.
Shit Pokemon, yeah.
Shit, yeah, fair enough.
I'm gonna go grass and fire. Am I right, boys?
I feel like I have to go towards poison just for the fart element of it. That has to be done.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And actually, no, yeah, just poison ghost. I'm a flying fart cloud. That's my final evolution.
Spooky flatulence.
Yeah. Spookums poopums, so something like that. Well,
Poop.
How do Pokemon characters get named? It's like there's one just called like Ice Cream or something, isn't there?
Yeah, they're increasingly getting less inventive, so you can just go with whatever you want, really.
Fart Mist.
Yeah.
Fart Mist works.
No, Fart Misty. There we go.
Yes, that's a Pokemon pun relating to a character, which is
it's good enough.
It's still a Pokemon.
You could be flatulisting.
Very okay. Yeah. I think yeah. So I think I start off as me as a Pokemon. Just imagine there's a Pokemon version of me, and if you feed me enough sweeties or whatever the hell it is you do in Pokemon, I eventually turn into just gas and I float around poisoning the world.
Okay. What about flatulent, flatulentar, and flatulenton as your evolution names?
Oh wow! I'm glad we got a Pokemon expert here. That sounds brilliant. I could see that. Shigeru Miyamoto, the man who definitely made Pokemon. Yes.
Yeah, sure, that was him.
Yeah, it's him. Put me in the game. We've got all the evolutions there. And how do I transform from man to fart? Like, what's the middle steps there? I guess I transfer. The middle between solid and gas is liquid, isn't it? So I eventually just become a cup of farts.
Oh no, liquid ass.
Liquid. There we go.
Liquid ass.
There we go. Perfect.
Being so tiny, I'm probably bug and fairy.
Oh.
I think
that's quite a good combo, though. I like that.
Yeah. So
what was your name? I'm trying to think of a name. I just can't going like Latin. Tiny Petus.
Tiny Petus.
Oh no, you'd be Tinkly Peter or something because you're a fairy as well.
Yeah, I was going to say if there's like some sort of Tinkerbell, maybe. Oh man, it's tricky.
There's a whole world to choose from. It
could start with Tinkly Peeps.
Tinkly Peeps.
Tinkly Peeps, and then maybe in like the same way that Jigglypuff and Wigglytuff just sort of rhymes. Maybe I start as like Tinkly Peeps, then I become Winkly Peeps.
Yeah.
And then my final form is Jinkly Peeps.
Oh, Jinkly Peeps. You could be Shrinkly Peeps.
Shrinkly Peeps. Yeah, okay.
Oh, your final form is like Ant-Man. You can transform to the size of a little tiny thing.
Yeah, Shrinkly Peeps is my final form.
Oh, man. I don't know.
The tiniest fairy.
I don't know what physical stereotypes I can assign myself based on these.
You just close your eyes and pick one.
Okay.
I mean, ignoring the Pokemon types, what do you think are your defining features?
Well, my ability to channel electricity.
Behaviors, yeah.
Fair, yep.
What about an electric flying type?
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
Terrifying. Yeah.
It does. So what would you be?
How would you channel your energy? Where in life would you use your flying or your electrifying nature?
To go to Tesco, probably.
Yeah. Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
You can self-scan and pay as you go without waiting to the end.
Yeah, about Tescoing, and then Tescon.
Yeah.
I've had to Tesco to Burger King.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know what I'd do.
Yeah, Tescoing and Tescon. I think that works pretty well.
Perfect.
Congratulations, Ben.
Wow. I ended up with the worst one.
So that's 2 emails we're sending today. One to the Jammy Dodgers people and one to Tesco, so you can get some sponsorships through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Well, thank you very much, boys, for indulging in a lovely hour and 15 of Podiots.
Yeah, delightful. Thank you for getting the questions, Michael.
That's all right.
Well, I want to thank you as well, everyone listening, for coming along and having a listen at home or in your car or outside, wherever it is that you are. And I want to thank again the Pod Squad for this week. Remember, you can join Pod Squad for as little as £3 to get a shout out at the beginning and the end of the show. You just need to go to streamlabs.com/Podiots donations. Chuck us £3 and then we'll give you a shout out on the next podcast after that one while you've done the donation. That's how it works. Mikey.
Yeah, so we start with the very generous Duck Fucker. Thank you very much. Prince Beefcakes, Haunted Clunge, Buy Art Pop on iTunes, Tommy the Wank Engine, Specky Becky Sparky Butter, Mouthy Hamster, Kevin from Con, Chav Ramirez, Stephen Scodes, Emily Lemons, Road Warrior Finn Tristram, the very, very generous, the lovable Casey, and lemon licky picky sicky.
Also, Stukalicious, Bum Full of Cheerios, Crangies McSpanglewank, Katie Kinsolo, I Will Lie Awake, Bick Bick Bick, Edward Jizzerhands, Lord Blazevich, Will and Willy Wombles, Do Eat Silica Gel, Mercenary Prostitute, Trunter's Tat, Fluffy Muffs, Goob, the very generous Mr. Widdick, and Axel's Alive 95.
Dave Benson Pigeon, To Meet Two Face, Dave Sama Binson Philarden.
Even better the second time round.
Mrs. Gibbons Fishy Wap, Dave Bacon Phillips, who's just unbelievably generous, thank you very much. Like a Mr. Blobby Balloon Nobby, Stupid Inari, Sook, Lakai Walker's Blue Tit Milk, Freddie W. Can't Spell Pharaohs, with a more generous donation. That's a donation done specifically to make me do more talking to explain that it was a donation and not a description of a donation. Sorry, Peter, who does have a generous donation. Thank you very much. The CG, Ben Potter fucked my dad in bum, Dickelberg come in her snatch, Donna CO7, the worst boyf ever, and Dave Bonesome Willis. Thank you very much, everybody. Streamlabs.com/Podiots donations. Mikey, I believe there is some merchandise. Is that right?
Oh my God, you best believe there's some merch out there. If you navigate over to store.yogscast.com and click on that there Vidiots bit under the creators, you'll see a lovely selection of beautifully designed merch. And better yet, if you put in code Vidiots at checkout, you will get 10% off everything! Everything on the Yogscast store. That includes some lovely summer gin, so you could get some alcohol with your shirt, and you'll get 10% off if you use code Vidiots at checkout. Thank you.
Oh, how lovely. What else was I going to say? I was going to... that usually comes before Pod Squad, which means I fucked that up. So now instead of going back to Mikey to talk about where you can find him, I'm going to change up and go to Peter first, and then go back to Mikey after that. Sure. Peter.
Yeah. We are available at... Is that what you want me to say?
Yeah, that's it. No, you're smashing it, man. You do.
Yeah. Because then Mikey needs to say where he is available, but later. So Ben and I are very available doing sort of things that you might remember from the Vidiots days over on Team Triple Jump on YouTube and also on Twitch, as well as streaming and doing lists. We're still doing Worst Games Ever. We're still doing video game challenges with Rules Boss. We're cooking. Well, not right now because of coronavirus, but, ordinarily we would be. And there's a whole back catalogue for you if you've still not checked us out. So, Team Triple Jump on YouTube and Twitch, please.
Yes, please. Thank you very much. Mikey, where can people find you?
At Parrot Boy on the Twitters, where you can keep up to date with all my shenanigans. I've been a busy boy recently, but I'm still streaming when I can, so keep an eye on the Vidiots Twitter for that. And if you now navigate over to my Twitter, you'll see a picture of a screaming ferret pooping. Does that not sound like the best thing ever? Of course it does. Go over now if you haven't already.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for listening, everybody. Please leave us an iTunes review or a review/rating on your platform of choice. It helps something to do with Al Gore's rhythms or something. I don't really know, but we'd appreciate it. Thank you very much. Do we have a final question to send people off to the rest of their day?
Yeah.
Maybe people should tell us their favourite biscuits out of the 16 that made it into the tournament.
Yes.
Yeah.
Only
are you angry about it? Come on, vent. Call us arseholes. Call us biscuit cooks.
Whoa.
On, do it. You know you want to.
Come on now. There's no need for that.
I think you mean biscuit bakes rather than biscuit cooks. Surely. You bake a biscuit. You don't go cooking anything.
Okay, brilliant. Well, with that top level energy, we will wish you a goodbye farewell. Bye, everybody. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time.
Thank you very much.
Toodles.
Bye-bye.